Great. So we have successfully brought in these shapefiles into our geodatabase. So now they're features in our geodatabase and following along in the lab. Now the next thing I'm asking you to do is to import a data table. Okay, great. So again, we follow along. So right click on this guy, click import table single, and then sort of go through here. So right click on here, import table single. And we want to find this location, find the table of interest, which is going to be, we follow along here, census data Excel spreadsheet. Okay, great. And then we double click on that guy and then add this census data with a $sign at the end, and then add. Okay, and then in the output table field, we're going to type census data. Okay, and then we're going to say OK. And it's going to think for a little bit. We can see that there's some processing occurring here, table to table. And then once that's been brought in, hopefully successfully, we will be able to take a look at things. And then I'm going to ask you to also preview and rename the data. So if we, for example, follow along here. So right click on this guy and go to, or actually, sorry, right click on this guy. And then you can go to the preview tab. Oh, so that's what this is going to look like if we bring it in. And this guy, oh, that's what that will look like, right? Great. And actually, we want to rename these guys because these are kind of unwieldy. So we're going to call this, looks like I'm telling you to call this guy as cities. So if I click on it slowly, like one time, and then click on it again, it opens it up like this. And so I'm asking you to name it like cities, if I could spell. And if I click on it once, click on it again, wait, okay, and then I want this to be called tracks. All right, awesome. So now I've got these guys. Again, we're looking in our catalog, but now it's going to get more interesting because we're going to want to bring these guys into ArcMap. And then we're going to do a similar kind of thing, which is what we did for the Florida data, where we're going to join the census data, because it's got information about income and Hispanic income, Native American income, white income, the population and so on, to join this just numerical data to our cities or tracks. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new, so again, we saved our Florida work if we need to change anything, and we're going to do a new one here. So we can just do a new map document, blank map. And then again, we were using the Florida geodatabase, but we don't want to do that anymore. We want to use this new geodatabase that we created as our default geodatabase and say OK. And so now when we open up data, we can look in here. Oh, beautiful. We've got like our city data. We've got our tract data. Everything is lovely. So that's great. And now we can go through the rest of this guy, which is now manipulating the geodatabase that we've created and primarily thinking about doing this join. Join between this geoid 10 field in the tracks attribute table and this geoid ID 2 field in the census data table. And some things to know about that, if I open the attribute table, right? So again, it's all about sort of linking information in one of these geospatial layers, and in this case, this is going to be a column of information to link with information in our in this case, our census data information. So if I open this guy, oh, we can see this stuff. Oh, geoid ID. Oh, this looks interesting because this looks very similar to what we're seeing in this kind of a guy, right? This sort of idea about, doing this linkage between these different ones. Now, this is what I'm asking you to do here is slightly different or a little bit more complicated in that the data type is different between these two. Even though they look very similar, one is a numeric data type and the other one is text. And so that's just basically in how the computer is understanding what those characters mean. Are they actual numbers with numerical values, or are they just simply text? And so the directions that follow here should be a way for you to make some changes to the data type and to set these guys equal to each other, which should then allow you to do the join. And once you've got that join, then I'm asking you to do some calculations to create some new data and then to be able to display that.